My dear friends, you have just witnessed a pantomime with the greatest lesson one could ever learn. Never mess with sin. Do not touch is a warning for Christians that we should never fall into the ploy and strategy of an enemy. When we commit sin, we disobey God, and we do not value His teachings to us. Our morality is clouded, and we base our actions on our instinct. Thus, we become far off from the Lord. Thus, the restoration of personal and family worship among Seventh-day Adventists is the most pressing need of our time. Back to the altar. We would like to thank our cast for today, Mike as the main actor, and all the other AWR volunteers who serve us with the pantomime. Thank you so much. Thank you. Now, you might be wondering, kindly come up on stage. Now you might be wondering who these people who have a white mask and an X painted on their faces. Now this is what we call Project X. This is a project of the Seventh-day Adventist Health Ministries Department Global World Church to raise awareness about mental health problems that are being felt by 1 out of 4 people globally. This is a depiction of a widespread problem of mental illness that is affecting many lives today. It shows that it does not discriminate and can affect anyone regardless of age, regardless of gender, geography, income, social status, ethnicity, religion, or other aspect of cultural identity. They represents different kinds of people who are affected with mental health problems. The one on stage, the one who stand here with the chorister represents people who are actively taking part in the church services but are empty emotionally. Another one represents a leader in the church or in an organization, could be a pastor or a worker who might look and act very measured but have deep-seated problems. There is one who represents somebody putting on a brave and happy face, but in fact has a broken spirit. Others represent a child who we thought don't experience mental health problem, but studies showed as early as 4, they are already experiencing pressures, comparisons, bullying, etc., etc. One represents a worker who might be physically present at work but broken on the inside. I would like to have a few minutes of interview with them. Okay, let's start with Mike. Mike, can you please come? I mean Sam. Oh, I'm sorry. Sam. Hello, Mike. Hello, Sam pala.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Sabbath.
Okay, who do you represent and what's your takeaway?
My part is to represent our ministers or our pastors. We all know that pastors are the spiritual caretaker of God's church. The phone rings at 1 a.m. A child is in the hospital. Tomorrow is an elderly church member's funeral. 2 evening meetings are scheduled this week, 2 sermons to prepare for this week. The pastor is always on call for the congregation's sorrows, troubles, conflicts, and yes, sometimes joys. When they feel drained or burned out, it is not always easy for pastors to move from caregiving to receiving care from congregation. Pastors appear to be consistently strong in every aspect to set an example. But we never know. Maybe some of our pastors are experiencing loneliness and struggling with mental health. Perhaps the one who always care for us need care from us. The congregation can significantly empower pastors to maintain their mental health. An emotionally healthy pastor or leader thriving in ministry can impact the church overall ministry. After all, answering God's call shouldn't be bad for a pastor's mental health.
Thank you so much, Sam. Akala niyo. Okay, Shyla, please come over. Shyla, have you ever experienced a comment that you should just pray and read the Bible to combat depression?
Yes, actually, a lot of people, when you tell them that you are sad or that you feel depressed, they just tell you, oh, you should pray more or you should read the Bible more. Although praying and reading the Bible are good tools to battle depression, it is okay to go to therapy. It is okay to look for help, professional help, to battle depression. There are things that are not under our control, and we need help to know how to face them.
Okay, so what you are saying is prayer is very important, very
Of course.
important, but it would help if they would seek professional help.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Phoebe. Okay, Phoebe, what did you feel while doing the task that was assigned and instructed to you?
First of all, I would like to say sorry to Pastor Lex and Pastor Gingging. So the instruction is do not smile. So I didn't even say hi to them. Pastor Lex was like, "What happened to your face, Fab?" I was like, so I didn't, it's really hard for me. So what I realize is people who undergo mental or has a mental issues, they actually outcast themselves. They actually distance themselves from people. That's what I realized. So earlier, actually Pastor Ging was also like, "Good morning, happy Sabbath." I was like, "Good morning." I was like, I'm afraid that I will not have a job on Monday. So, yeah, sorry, Pastor Lex and Pastor Ging. So that was the instruction. And yeah, I realized that these people who are suffering in mental illness, they outcast themselves. They distance themselves from people. So how can we be able to reach out to these people? That's what I've learned.
Do you have a personal experience
Yeah.
on
So
mental health problem?
Yeah, I have a personal experience. I was also battling with anxiety disorder. I was diagnosed, and you know what happened? I was so broken at that time, and you know what happened? God will actually send people to reach out to us. So I would like to say Harris Ben Guillermo here. He's a friend. That time I was so broken, and I don't know what to do. He just messaged me, "Feb, do you need a call? I will call you." And then he called me, and imagine the things that I needed to hear at that moment. He mentioned it everything in prayer. The words that comes out from his mouth is like I can feel that God is really directly talking to me through that prayer. And you know what? As I was here in AWR-CDE already. We talk about it. You know what? I'm always open to him about it. I'm always vocal, and I praise God for this friend. So I'm always vocal about it to him. You know what? You were an angel to me that time. You were an angel to me that time. That prayer is really powerful to me, and it left an impact to my life. And you know what he said? He was like, "You know what? Someone also prayed that way to me. Someone also prayed the same way." And you know, and what his revelation is, he said that someone outside the church, imagine, prayed outside the church. They have like a retreat within, like, it's a non-denomination non-religious group which caters those kind of who reach out to those people. Imagine outside our church. So how about our church? What do we do in our church? Do we have this kind of organization? I know there is, but it's not really open pa in no one, it's not yet well known, or no one knew about it. So it's a wake-up call also for me and for every one of us. I hope so.
Thank you so much, Phoebe. My dear friends, brothers and sisters, we all know people in our world, in our midst, who are struggling. Maybe they are struggling with eating disorder, different kinds of addiction, depression, marital problems, broken relationships. And yes, who can help these people? The caring church. And who are the caring church? It's you and me. We are the church. It should be the Seventh-day Adventist Church that should create a culture of showing love and compassion to anyone who needs help. The church are positioned well to help and to heal. May this be our prayer as we go back to the altar. May we receive His grace and blessing and Christ-likeness so that we can share it to others, thus lessen mental health problem. Thank you so much, and happy Sabbath.